that's where Realty Austin was born.
We were literally working out of our living room at our house. We hired our first employee, who is still with us today as our accountant.
We had 2 desks in the study. It's Jonathan, Penelope, and I.
By the end of the year in 2004, we found an office on Beekhaves Road.
It was 750 square feet. We were just a mom and pop shop.
If you were in the business in 2008 or 2009, then you remember the financial crisis and what that did to real estate sales.
We were fortunate enough to get people that were moving from Phoenix and Las Vegas and California, and they wanted to find homes in Austin.
Our leads and our systems and our automated marketing helped us attract agents who just need a little extra help to succeed in a harder market.
While other brokers were pulling back their resources, we were pushing forward with ours.
In 2009, we made the conscious decision during our business planning that we were going to hang up our keypads and stop competing with our agents. And that was really a pivotal moment for us because we literally grew like 60 or 70% the next year.
We doubled down at that time, and the gamble paid off.
As an industry, we should all be striving to raise the bar, and we should all be striving to hold real estate agents to a higher standard. The true professionals really want to work here because they want someone to hold them to that higher standard.
One of my favorite sayings is, your vibe attracts your tribe. The agents that we do attract are forward-thinking, they're caring, they're compassionate, they're giving. Our big mantra is work hard, play hard, and give back. And we, as a company, truly do embody that. We're fortunate to have agents and staff that really want to make an impact in the community.
We partnered with a few organizations who have benefited greatly from not only the generosity of the company, but the generosity of our agents. We've given over $500,000 to these organizations in the last few years. People in Austin need a place to live, a safe place to live, and you know, the more that we can help that, the better off our city will be in the long run. So I think it's really important.
We just love Austin, and we want to take care of it.
I'm pretty much a geek at heart. I enjoy building great systems. The better systems I can build, the more efficient our agents can be, and the more productive they are. And that's what gets me out of bed.
The agents see me as the little Realty Austin cheerleader, you know? Like, I want to see them succeed. I'm happy that they're here, and I think that they have a great feeling that I've got their back.
I think every real estate brokerage should look at their agents as their customer. And as long as our agents are happy, then their clients, their customers are happy, and the whole company succeeds. We have great technology, we have great tools, we have lots of leads, but the secret sauce is the people, because all that stuff wouldn't matter if we didn't have the right people.
People delivering assistance to our agents.
Have you seen this before?
Guys, sometimes the internet here is.
We made it through though.
That's on our website if you go to the
Yes.
or our YouTube page.
And it's a wonderfully produced video. I mean, that's you guys got your money's worth.
We did that in-house.
We do that stuff.
You got your money's worth. I repeat that. So everybody, please welcome the folks from Realty Austin. And you know, you guys, as far as I know, sort of run the thing. You're the face of Realty Austin. Starting with Jonathan to my right. Jonathan is the CEO. Brittany, you're the CMO. Is that actually your title? What is your title? I'm sorry.
Marketing director, maybe CMO.
You've got my endorsement. And Jeff, you're the CTO. Is that your title?
Director of Online Development.
We'll call you the CTO. I'm giving you a title. title bump for the rest
So
of it.
technically, I'm CTO. I gave up
Yeah.
the co-CEO title to my wife earlier this year. Strategically decided that she should focus on operations and day-to-day stuff while I go to B&E and work on the
That's a strong
marketing and
marriage.
website stuff. So far, it's working.
Good. Okay, that's okay. Now I know the titles. I know you guys by first name, not necessarily by
That's
title.
okay.
So, you know, the reason that I love being up here with you guys is because for years and years, actually probably like a dozen years, I've been saying that the reason an agent comes to real estate brokerage and chooses to work there versus across the street, across town, is because they feel like that brokerage gives them the highest chance of success. I believe that 110%. I think that's how you recruit and retain why people choose the profession. So I want to talk to you guys about why Realty Austin is growing so gosh darn quickly, and because I think that's the heart of it, you know, from my outside perspective. So can we talk about growth?
Sure.
You always talked about when you started, where you started. Give us the arc, please, if you will.
Well, obviously, as you get bigger, the numbers are harder to sustain from a percentage perspective. We're pretty consistently growing somewhere between 20 and 30% year over year. We're on track to do somewhere around 25% this year. The market holds up and things continue on track. But we're a $2 billion company last year. Our goal is $2.4 billion this year. That puts us at about 8 or 9% market share in Austin. We're the largest independent by far, and we're the second largest brand in Austin behind the big KW.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are in the backyard of
Yeah,
KW's epicenter.
that's true.
Yeah.
They have about a quarter, not a quarter, maybe 20% of all the agents in Austin.
Right on.
Something like that, yeah.
So from a brand perspective, Brittany, how does that impact your day-to-day?
Branding with our 350 agents.
And against
Against
Keller Williams'
KW?
home office in your backyard.
Well, like Jonathan said, we're still number 2 brand in Austin, so our yard signs are out there just as much as KW's. And KW's agents aren't, well, I hope there's none here, but they're not as productive.
Per agent.
Per agent, so
on average, our agents are most productive in the top 25 firms in Austin.
Wonderful.
So lots of branding out there, lots of yard signs, lots of agents getting under this cards.
And do you use that? Is that something you publish and say, you know, here's where we stacked up, here's how we stack up
Oh
against
yeah,
the
yeah.
Goliath?
Our market managers have sales meetings every month where they show the stats and how we're gaining market share from KW. So as we grow every year, like Jonathan said, KW is actually not growing.
Right on.
They're still number 1, but they're not.
Yeah, they're number 1 by a lot, by a big margin. So they're a great company. I mean, I think the difference though, why an agent would come work for us versus Keller Williams, I think was one of your questions that we talked about. Or most other shops for that matter, is we've given them a recipe for success. We've given them a CRM, we've given them marketing automation, we've given them, all the branding, the whole package. So they know exactly, they're told and trained and taught exactly what they need to do to be successful. And most places that agents go, not all places, but most, you show up and figure it out. You've got to find your own CRM and your own email marketing and your own property flyer. You might get flyer templates, but most brokerages aren't providing all that automation for their agents still today.
You guys kind of redefine full service.
Full service to our agents. Yeah.
So what does that mean for well, starting with Jeff,
Yeah.
what does that mean to you?
I think full service to us, it really means giving the agents all of the tools that they need to be successful in their business, but it also means giving the consumers the experience that they want when buying or selling a home. And so as opposed to what you might see in a few of the models where they're rebating half of the commission and trying to leverage technologies to replace the human factor, that's not really our goal. Our goal is to use the technologies to improve relationships, create transparency, and to make the whole process more efficient and less, and eliminate friction through the whole process. And that's on both sides of the equation from the technology perspective for our agents and for our clients. So when I think of full service, it's really empowerment for the entire end-to-end spectrum.
We're not full service in the sense that we have ancillary services because we don't. we haven't gone down that path, and at this point, don't have plans to go down that path. But we are full service in that, you know, our agents are our customer. We provide them great support, great response time, great systems, a plethora of leads, and that's the service that they expect, and the service they really can't quite get anywhere else in town. So that's why we've been such a big place to, or so attractive to our.
Awesome. So one of the things that I've always found is you mentioned leads. So that leads me to the idea of leads and CRM. One of the things that I think is a cultural advantage you guys have is that there's this implicit trust, I think, between your agents and you, in that they hand over their leads and their contact database and trust you all to help them generate the most business from that. So, Brittany, maybe starting with you, how does that manifest itself into reality? Because that's an attitude, right? And then
Automation from
Let's
their
talk about it.
SOI.
Tell about
So
it.
they trust us with their SOI, and we tell them if you don't give it to us, then we can't do anything on your behalf, like our automation. So we do our email newsletter. If they have an email address, it goes to them. We just shipped it today and crashed our site. So like, that went out. But the other thing that we do is the SOI, or our listings postcard. You know, like you said, like your best clients are your past clients, and so we send out a listings postcard to all of our agents who close a deal, like to all of our agents' clients who buy and sell with them. So they get their listings postcard that shows they're in the business every month, and they have these listings. We automate with so many other tools that, I mean, if it's scalable, we do it. And with their SOI, I mean, that's the only way it's done. So
Well, that is part of our launch. If we can't scale it for all 350 agents, then we don't offer it to individuals. Because if it's not a service you can scale with, you know, a reasonable amount of resources, then there's no reason to try to do it for, you know, a few people. You can't. So we're always in the market for solutions that can scale for everybody. And you know, over the last year, we've scaled Facebook ads to all of our listings when they hit all kinds of different milestones in their status that they're, you know, becoming Facebook ads and generating not only customer or client retention with that, but also agent retention and also leads, another source. So it's,
yeah, while Facebook ads doesn't do with the SOI, like we're using all of our agents' listings as ads on Facebook. So every single listing gets an ad on Facebook for 1 week. And like Jonathan said, different statuses. So we do like a coming soon campaign on Facebook where every listing gets advertised for a week as a coming soon on Facebook. We do open house campaigns on Facebook. They're all driven by, you know, Power Editor. Have you all used that? It's like, if you're good at a spreadsheet, you can create the content with a formula and it just pops out, import, and your ads are online. So we really like Facebook, and Jonathan did some math last week on how much that's part of our business, and it was like 7% of our sales came from Facebook deals. So 7% of our business is Facebook, and we're going to expand them. We're going to do just sold ads and see how many more leads we can generate and continue to expand those campaigns there.
Yeah, I think a really neat thing that probably most brokerages face everything almost that I talk about comes back to a technology perspective, but when we're talking about leads and it being the generation of leads and then the trustworthiness with an agent's SOI, as it comes back to the technologies, it's also how do we tie all of our systems together to make it work. John was talking about being able to scale our systems, and that is in part helps us with the decision what systems to use, but in addition to that, they all have to sew together and they have to work in tandem, and that you know, rather than having different applications and software that each sits on its own island, can't communicate properly, and so that's one of the things that, you know, I work in that relates to this question and gets me excited, is keeping that whole process running like a well-oiled machine for all of our agents.
You know, I think it's interesting. You said that you all did the math. 7% of your volume, if I'm quoting you correctly, came from Facebook.
A new ad channel, completely new ad channel for us.
Right, and that's a total volume, and you're aiming for 2.4. Okay, so just a little bit of math, talking almost $200 million in business generated from Facebook ads.
Yeah.
So let's dissect that statement just for a second. A, you're executing Facebook exceptionally well. B, you have the data to understand that fact, right? Just think of how, like, I bet 1% of the brokerages that are represented at Inman with 6,000 people have that data and can actually like pull it out and run any kind of math to understand that. And third, you're actually tracking it to the close, right? A lot of people say, hey, I generate this much traffic, this many leads from this source, and it costs me this much per lead. But you're actually full circling it around. What are you using to track the last mile, the actual transaction, and the volume per lead source?
So every person that comes into our CRM, which is Salesforce.com, is either hand entered or they're coming in from our website, or they're reported in some way. Maybe an agent's SOI. But if they're coming in from the website,